My boy, the world is full of suckers. They don't want to be lied to, though. No. They want a snow job. They want to be buried under a mountain of white, fluffy wonder until they can't see the exit signs no more. It's not so hard as the rock of eternity.
I don't know, Colonel. It sounds pretty hard.
It's the art of the deal, son. I'm preparing it right now. The greatest snow job in the history of showbiz. I'm going to give it to the press. I'm going to give it to the fans. But don't worry, my boy. I would never pull a snow job on you.
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't be down for something like that anyway. Mama always warned me about men like you, and it wouldn't be right for us.
Us? My dear boy, this has nothing to do with us.
This has everything to do with us.
It is not so hard to understand. At least, not so hard as my ticket.
Our ticket? When does that start?
Right now, my boy. Right now.
It's a hard ticket at the movies.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hard Ticket, the show where we go to the movies expecting a double feature, only to find that both movies are playing at the exact same time. So now, we have a hard ticket to choose between the two. I'm Jeff Boggess.
I'm Tristan Moore.
And we have a special guest joining us today. Say hi, special guest.
Hi, special guest.
Everybody does it.
It's perfect. It's the great setup. This is Tina Kakadelis.
Hello. Very happy to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you. Rotten Tomatoes certified film reviewer. You're the most legit guest we've ever had. Take that, Davis.
Oh. Nice.
But Tina is joining us from Beyond the Cinerama Dome.
That's it. That's me. Named for what used to be the best little corner of LA that is now garbage.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Actually don't know the story.
So you used to be, like, you've seen the Cinerama Dome in LA?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it is a beautiful old building that used to be owned by ArcLight Cinemas. It was great. They would have like somebody come in and say, "Hi, you're here to see this movie. It's this many minutes long, blah, 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 blah." It was just like a beautiful little art house experience in a dome. And it was right next to Amoeba Music, which is like this massive used and new record store, video store. Fantastic. Right across the street from each other. So you just hit up both. And then they both closed.
Oh.
Amoeba moved, but now it sucks.
Oh, man. That's so disappointing.
Yeah.
That's, hey, movie theaters are dying, man.
Yeah.
We got to do something about it.
And Tina, you also have a couple of podcasts under your Cinerama Dome brand.
That is true. I do one with my dad called Movies with My Dad, where we just record on the car ride home from a movie. Take him to a lot of horror movies. He's very mad about it. And yet our relationship endures. And I also have a podcast with my friend Nick called I Think You'll Hate This, where we just talk about movie news and recent releases. And we named it that because we often greatly disagree about films. I mean, one battle after another. I know we were talking about it before it recorded. That is a pain point for the two of us.
Nice.
Tina's got some hot takes, just so everybody knows.
Yeah,
you should follow her on Letterboxd for some of those. We'll plug all that stuff at the end, as per usual. But Tina, super excited to have you on today.
Stoked to be here to talk about these two movies. I really am.
Yes, yeah. This is a big one. I think we've had this planned pretty early in the conception of Hard Ticket.
We did, although I don't think we planned it to be a Valentine's Day episode until about a month ago.
It just kind of worked out that way.
It did.
Yeah, wow, yeah. I think I said in our last episode, this is the couple, right?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Priscelvis,
yes. Tristan, why don't you kick us off by talking about option number A this week?
Yeah, option number A is 2022's Elvis, directed by Baz Luhrmann, the illustrious director. Baz, he directed The Great Gatsby, Romeo plus Juliet.
Yes.
You gotta get that one right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and a bunch of other movies.
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin
That's the
Moulin
big
Rouge.
one.
I've never seen it.
What?
This is my only Baz Luhrmann film ever.
What?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even like Baz like this. I'm a little insulted for him.
Yeah, this is my only Baz.
That's wild, actually, because this is pretty. This is a big indicator of what most of his movies are
well,
like.
I found it pretty bombastic.
Wow.
Okay.
Log it on Letterboxd right now. Go
Yeah,
viral.
Hold on, let me write that down real quick. This movie stars Austin Butler as Elvis Presley. It also stars Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker, just a little boy from Huntington, West Virginia.
Which is 30 minutes from where we grew up.
Yes.
Yet we do not talk like that.
Oh my God, when he name dropped West Virginia, Huntington, West Virginia, when we watched this in theaters, I was like, no.
I don't know if people realize that West Virginia goes ape shit anytime it's mentioned in mainstream media.
If it's not like Country Roads Take Me Home, if it's something else, then that's when you know you've made it. So, this movie came out, like I said, 2022. It stars Austin Butler as Elvis Presley. It's just a biopic of his life.
Not just a biopic.
Not just a biopic.
It's basically slightly more than just a biopic of his
Come
life.
on now.
I mean, we follow him as like a little boy who discovers the power of music, and then he becomes the man, the legend, the king of rock and roll. He is along the way. He sort of has this like, what would you call it? Like an enigmatic relationship.
With his manager.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of a push and pull kind of thing going on.
One might say abusive, but you know.
Exploitative. That
Well,
word comes to mind.
They both, benefit in various ways.
I'm not confident in that.
And then he dies at the age of 42. Spoilers. This is Elvis,
Yes.
the biggest movie ever made. Jeff, you're introducing option number B?
I
correct?
am introducing option
Go for
number
it.
B, which is in very direct conversation with Elvis. Came out just a year later, really. It's Priscilla, directed by Sofia Coppola, written by Coppola. It stars Kylie Spaney. Did I say that?
That's Kaylee.
Kaylee Spaney, dude.
It stars Kaylee Spaney as Priscilla Presley, that is. Jacob Elordi playing the formerly titular Elvis, formerly titular in the sense
formerly
that
titular. I don't know if anyone has ever said formerly. Like
I'm
those two
coining it
words.
today.
That's a good one.
It's a new
Just-
thing.
Do we think that Lady Bird really did a lot of heavy lifting for the word titular?
I think I was using it when before it was cool, personally.
sure.
Really?
I am using it post-cool now, though.
Yeah,
So.
I came out of the womb saying titular. That was like,
It's my titular birthday. Okay. So this movie stars Kaylee Spaney, and it revolves around Priscilla from basically when she meets Elvis as a 14-year-old schoolgirl stationed in West Germany
yeah.
with her parents, up until the point in her life where she finally leaves Elvis Presley.
Was she 27 when she left? Is that right?
I think we cover roughly maybe 12 to 15 years of her life. I don't
Yeah.
know the exact numbers, but yeah, Kaylee was cast specifically because, Sophia was looking for somebody who could like play all of those ages
Yeah.
believably. And she's very small. She's like, and Jacob Elordi is towering over her in every single scene.
Yeah. He's a monster.
Yeah.
I
but-
thought you were about to give us her height stats or something.
I don't have the age stats, but the height stats, those are up there.
She's 5'1".
You know that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Jacob Elordi's 6'2", so there's like a 13-inch difference between the two.
Tristan knows heights.
Did you like look into? Are you on Wiki Heights? Like,
Yeah.
all the time?
Yeah, it's next to my Wiki Feet account. Yeah. My Wiki Heights
Yeah, pull
account.
up their Wiki Feet scores.
Is, there,
Let's see
is
what we're
Wiki
working
Heights?
with.
Is that a thing? for
I
you?
don't know.
There probably is. There
Yeah,
probably
it's
is.
not like every other wiki just has the height as a specific thing.
I think it was just on the Wikipedia page, but
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone could have made it up, I guess.
Anyway,
Me.
this movie,
I made it up.
It's a series of vignettes based on the book Elvis and Me, written by Priscilla Presley, with admitted sort of exaggerations from their life as well. She has said in interviews that she was sort of convinced to embellish details by her publisher so that the book would sell a little bit better. So in a scene where Elvis Presley throws a chair at Priscilla, that didn't actually happen in real life, supposedly, but yeah, it's still not a positive sort of relationship.
Yeah,
And of course,
how old was she when they met?
she was 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah. So this is Priscelvis. Now it's logline time.
Ooh.
And I'm going to put our guest on the spot
Oh, no.
because
Oh, Tina.
I shared it with you, Tristan. All I could think of was just sad people doing drugs. That's it.
that is a pretty broadly applicable logline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could also fit like Requiem for a Dream.
It could fit a lot.
Yeah.
sad people like Train Spotting.
Yeah,
You could fit all those in there. Yeah. What do you got for us?
Okay, I got Elvis Presley, man or man baby? It depends on who you ask. Will you hail to the king, baby, or leave him in the dust?
Oh,
Oh.
that's a good one.
We're going to do lots of Elvis impressions.
I'm
Yeah.
going to do none because I have none.
Tina's going to do her Colonel Tom Parker impression. It's going to be great.
Okay. All right. Last log line here. A Presley realizes their autonomy has been lost between efforts from an older man to control them and the expanding shadow of Elvis Presley.
Oh, wow, dude. That's beautiful. I love the way you framed that.
Oh, thank you.
Did you say a Presley
I
or
said-
a Presley?
O. Presley?
Oh, yeah.
Both work.
They do. I will leave it up to the listener.
I was
to
going to say, that was a
decide.
really great play on words you had there. I was
And,
quite impressed.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, so am I. But yeah, let's get down to it. Why compare these two movies? Well, for starters, when Elvis came out, it only seemed natural that a counterbalance would come as well. Elvis Presley's divisive. He's a divisive figure.
Mm-hmm.
Priscilla Presley as well. You know, she's still alive. She's done a lot of work preserving like the estate and the legacy and everything. So yeah, both of these movies are kind of about that span of time. But yeah, other than that, like these movies are polar opposites. They're
Yeah, you're right. You're right about like the counterbalance thing. Like such a excessive display of sentiment
Mhm.
and a celebration of Elvis it needed that really downbeat
Yeah.
character piece that Priscilla is.
You said it was a year apart? It's
Yeah.
not 6 months? It's not like summer and then fall?
No. Okay, so
Man, in my brain it is. In my brain it was like July was Elvis and then like October, November was Priscilla.
Elvis had its wide release in June in 2022, and then Priscilla had sort of a limited release in like the fall of 2023. So it was just over a year.
Okay.
And you get the feeling like, I mean, Priscilla is a very minimalistic movie. It
Yeah.
probably didn't have a very long production period.
No.
Whereas Elvis, I think I've told people before, I'm like, did you know Elvis has a longer shot list than any movie ever made? And they've been like, is that true? And I'm like, I don't know, but
I believe it.
Yeah.
100%.
Like it's like every single shot, you don't cut back to it ever. It's just
No.
on to the next one, and none of them ever last longer than like 2 seconds, and that's pushing it.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's such a feat of editing, like Elvis is.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that is why it's something that I was immediately drawn to when I saw it, because I don't really have any feelings toward Elvis. I would not say that I am an Elvis fan. I think I could name 3 songs off the top of my head, and I don't feel good about it. But I think what I was struck by watching the two of them back to back is that Elvis is the version of Elvis that has been mass marketed and sold, and the vision of him that we all want to immortalize.
Yeah.
And then I think that Priscilla is this version of Elvis that we are all trying to skirt around as much as possible.
Yeah.
And I think that the way that both Austin and Jacob play Elvis is just so compelling to watch.
Yeah, in different ways, weirdly
Mhm.
different ways. Well, we should definitely get into it. I think I'll kick us off with sort of our first kind of plot point question here.
Just what is the intent here, Mr. Presley? I mean, let's face it, you're Elvis Presley. You got women throwing themselves at you. Why my daughter?
Well, Sarah, I happen to be very fond of your daughter. She's much more mature than her age, and I really do enjoy spending time with her.
And then he said to me, you know what, Priscilla? You gotta listen to me, sweetie, because this guy, he's got girls all over the world, okay? He's got girls waiting outside of his house, and girls writing him endless fan mail. And then Mommy decides to pitch in and go, ooh, what could he possibly see in you, okay? What do you two do up there all night?
This is a question of style.
Mm-hmm.
Why are these movies so different, and why do they kind of have to be?
I don't think Sofia Coppola could make Elvis. And I say that as someone who was born and raised on, virgin suicides as a moody teenage girl. So I think that to get I don't know though. Now that I'm thinking about it, you still get the idea that Elvis is this massive figure in Priscilla.
Yeah.
But it's presented and done in a way that I think takes away Priscilla's agency, which is important to the story that you are telling in Priscilla.
Yeah.
And I think that you've created you've created two versions of Elvis that are untouchable. But in Elvis, you need that version of him to also be vulnerable to the Colonel. In Priscilla's Elvis, you need him to be untouchable in the sense that Priscilla has to feel kind of much meeker and much smaller. And I think that it's very interesting. You could not swap their portrayals.
No, Priscilla's kept in a gilded cage.
Yeah.
And in a way, Elvis and Elvis is
Right.
sort of kept in a similar cage by the Colonel.
They're both kind of portrayed as victims in their respective movies.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much that works for me in Elvis. Saying that Elvis was, I mean, he was a victim of his own success. Sure, you could say that broadly. You could say that about any celebrity who meets a tragic end like that. But Elvis is framed very much in a, it's just weird. Like, you get the feeling that Baz Luhrmann is trying to break out of this mold of biopic structure that's been the go-to ever since, like, The Coal Miner's Daughter.
Right.
But he does so by, like, leaning heavily into other cliches, like the band being these tight guys that are like, Elvis, you're a radical and you're going to change the world, that kind of stuff. Like, so it by sidestepping some cliches, it goes headfirst into others. But really what it's trying to capture is a feeling. And that's what is emphasized in both of these movies by the way that they're shot, the way that they're edited, the decisions to cast Kaylee Spaney against Jacob Elordi and show the massive height difference between the two of them. Like that's why those decisions are being consciously made.
Well, okay, talking about cliches, like Elvis Presley has become a cliche, right? Like he is such a towering icon of pop culture. The thing that sticks out to me in Baz Luhrmann's Elvis is that first scene where he gets up on stage and he's shaking his hips and everything, and all the women in the audience, like the looks on their faces, and I'm sure he like told them, he's like, play it up, play it up, play it up. And, you hear stories about it, from people who were there, who were like, never seen a, white boy move like that before and all this stuff. And they get genuinely entranced by it. But you hear it now and you're like, I can't believe it. That seems like a cliche. That seems like something that never could have happened. So I feel like Luhrmann, he is walking that fine line between cliche and truth, because that's who Elvis Presley has become in our minds.
I don't get the sense that Luhrmann's trying to tell the truth to any degree here whatsoever.
No truth at all.
Not really. I think
he's concerned with image. Like and going to your point of not being able to comprehend like the impact that, say, Elvis had or like the Beatles later had on the young women. I feel like that scene does such a spectacular job of making you kind of understand it for a moment, because you see Hank Snow and how boring. Sorry. He's just standing there strumming, and to see this just like bolt of lightning come in. And I think that first scene to me sold Austin as Elvis, because you just you get it.
The scene is amazing. The way that the girls are losing their minds is like the one, and you get Colonel Tom Parker's narration. I saw a girl feeling a way that she was not supposed to be feeling, like that. But it's true. It's like, you're trying to show it immediately all at once, which is why I'm like, I don't think Luhrmann's trying to, like, obviously it didn't happen that way. Obviously Colonel Tom Parker didn't meet Elvis in a hall of mirrors where he introduced himself and was like, you're lost, aren't you, boy?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's a fable.
Well, you capture the essence of what it was like the memory of people who were there. It's like, this is what it was like. We were all screaming and, taking our clothes off. But then, we're talking back to Priscilla and the way that she embellished her own biography about Elvis and about like how she felt when she was with him. So is that a similar sort of skirting around the truth? Do you feel? I
do think that Priscilla is also concerned primarily with a feeling. And Priscilla Presley, who executive produced, also said that it effectively captured how she felt at that time in her life.
Right.
And the movie adapts the infamous embellishments where Elvis is being a lot more outwardly physically violent, which I don't know if like I can say he did or did not do in real life, but it certainly felt at times that Priscilla wasn't physically safe around him.
Sure.
And
Right.
the movie translates that.
Right. And you also have to think of like maybe he didn't throw a chair at her, but he threw, I mean, especially if she's still so involved in his estate and the protection of, you know, his legacy after the fact. If that is, you know, she's, I don't know, maybe embellishing in a way that protects both of them from something. But I don't know. I think it'd be very interesting to hear her unfiltered say, this is true, this is not true, this is, you know, like bullet list it down.
Yeah.
But isn't it interesting? My gut reaction is you watch these two films back to back, which you did today, Tina.
Yeah, it's wild.
Which is, I can't imagine. There was like a 2-day gap for me. But my gut reaction after watching them is to watch Priscilla and say, okay, this is the grounded, realistic version of Elvis. And watch Elvis and it's like, oh, this is like the heightened emotional, you know, that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, there's embellishments in both. So
Right.
what is that sort of like for me is to look at a film that is so downbeat and so alienating, you know, like that's what Priscilla feels like. It captures that feeling of loneliness. And to look at that and be like, that's more truthful just because of the style, right? Like there's some manipulation going on there.
Well, yeah, but I also feel like Elvis to me is sad. Like Elvis
You
is
think-
a bummer of a movie for me. Like as stylistically
Yeah.
fun as it is, you get the same isolation that
Okay.
Elvis is feeling at that time of not feeling like he has anyone he can rely on, the people that he was supposed to trust, like Colonel Parker and like even Priscilla, who's MIA for most of Elvis.
Right.
You can feel like how lonely and how lost he is. And then there are those moments when you just see this little kid from Memphis who just wants to play the music that he loves.
Right. Yeah.
So it to me, they're both sad. And I was saying, I feel like Priscilla ends a little more hopefully for me. I mean, it doesn't end with Elvis dying like Elvis does.
Right.
It ends with her recognizing that what the both of them are doing to each other is not healthy. And she hopes that by leaving, it also helps Elvis, and it hopes that it helps her. So I don't know. To me, they both feel deeply sad.
I definitely think that both these films converge on like bittersweetness at the end, right? Because you're right, Priscilla, she has more of a future ahead of her once she escapes Elvis, and then at the end of Elvis, it's very much he does die. I do kind of interpret a bittersweetness there too, because it's like his legacy lives on, his image lives on, his
not
impact
only that
lives
too,
on.
but Elvis has to give you a sense of justice as well by telling you how Colonel Tom
That's
Parker.
true.
Yeah.
died.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of the last things is like, and he wandered Vegas and poured all of his fortune into slot machines, and it's
Right.
even if like that could describe how it happened, like you know Elvis is going to be like, this guy was the bad guy.
But this
Right.
isn't that like another part of I was reading the Wikipedia page for
Right
Elvis.
after Wiki Height, I just went on over to Wikipedia.
I went to Tom Hanks was like he expected everybody to like really badmouth Colonel Tom Parker, and he was like, in real life, people who knew him, they were like, he was the nicest guy.
like
Which,
Priscilla, Priscilla said that about him.
Yeah, exactly. So like maybe and maybe that's because they were manipulated by him. He was so good, such a
Right.
con man. He was perpetuating such a snow job, as he likes to call it, which is
Crazy.
yeah. That's like the thing I remembered about Elvis was him saying snow job. So like maybe there is some manipulation there, but maybe not. Maybe that's another part of Elvis that is it's painting too much of a black and white picture. Because you were saying, you know, like it's an abusive relationship, and no argument for me that there is abuse going on there. But I do think maybe it was a little grayer than that, because I do think, I don't know, I feel like Elvis benefited from it in some ways.
I mean, you
obviously.
can benefit from an abusive relationship. It doesn't make it less abusive.
It's
you
still
know?
abusive.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah,
So I think
it is.
but I agree that Elvis, for all of its style and all of its, chaos, it does want things to be good or bad, black or white. Like
Yeah.
even like Priscilla kind of comes off as not that great in Elvis. Like she's kind of, ignored, honestly, less than good or bad.
Yeah.
It's good or bad or we don't care enough.
Her characterization is so different. Where
It
she's like
is.
yelling and like, I am your wife and all this stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like,
And it's interesting the first scene of Priscilla in Elvis, she's
Crazy.
talking like a excited schoolgirl, like talking about all the stuff going on in her life. And apparently the real Priscilla kind of coached DeJonge a little bit, and you get the feeling that, like, I don't know, you're kind of seeing her more as this young, excited girl who's eager to jump into this life of glitz and glamour. Whereas,
I mean, it would be in theory as
Yeah.
a 14-year-old when you're dumb. You know, you're like, oh my God. It's like every girl's dream going to a One Direction concert.
yeah,
It's
right,
happening.
he's Elvis and he's hot.
Right, and he's here.
I feel like in Elvis they do portray her as like, because he says in Priscilla, he's like, your daughter's very mature for her age, which is like that thing that older
Yeah.
men will say. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like in Elvis she is sort of portrayed that way, where she's kind of spunky and sticking up for herself, and she's not really like won over by his celebrity.
I
Whereas
think
in
she's absolutely won over
in,
by
in
celebrity.
Elvis,
Yeah.
I feel like in the beginning she's just sort of talking to him like they've known each other for forever.
I don't think
Whereas-
that's their first meeting.
Well,
I
no.
think it's their first meeting that we see.
Yeah, I
Right,
think that's
yeah.
probably true. I just think that characterization starting off like they're equals, and he's just sort of like, wow, like just amazed by the
Yeah.
way that she's talking to him, and she's not like gasping and like, oh, can I have your autograph and
Yeah.
everything. You compare that to how she is in Priscilla, where she is like a dormouse, like she just won't, she's barely open up to him, but he's still like, oh, you're so mature for your age. Like he is reading so much into her. I
Yeah.
feel like in Priscilla.
Well, I feel like in Elvis, they give her so much more agency than they give her in Priscilla.
Yeah.
Because they make her close the door a little bit, kind of initiate
Yes.
the kiss. But I feel like that was done to make you feel better about their relationship, because she's already looks older than Kaylee Spain
Yes.
looked,
Yeah.
and like by
And she acts older too.
she acts way
Yeah.
older. Whereas in Priscilla, she's literally being like shuttled to his home
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like told to go upstairs, and like doesn't have the sense of agency that feels more realistic to a 14-year-old girl in the presence of an older guy, but also
Mega celebrity.
the hottie that Elvis is, the towering hottie that Elvis is.
Towering hottie,
yeah. Definitely, like Elvis wants you to believe Elvis when he says your
Mhm.
daughter's very mature for her age.
Right.
Like it wants to just take that literally. And in Priscilla, she's just a child. Like they don't really have any chemistry. You just get the sense that Elvis sees a girl who he can kind of mold into an accessory. And it's like a movie from the point of view of an accessory
Yeah.
who realizes that's what she is.
Yes.
Um,
That is a great way of putting it. Like they make a big deal out of it in Priscilla when he's like, you need to dye your hair.
Yeah.
And you need to have the eyeliner on. I'm like 85% sure. I mean, the movies are running together.
right.
That when we meet Priscilla in Elvis, her hair is already dyed black and she's got the eyeliner on.
And I think a criticism I've seen held against Priscilla is that she did do some of those things before she met him. But regardless, in the context of these movies, yeah,
Right.
it's Elvis deciding for her.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he also says things like, I need you to, whenever I call you, I need you to be there for me.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
Mirror
good,
career,
you know
mama.
what? You might give Austin a run for his money.
oh, yeah. Permanently alter my vocal cords. Tina, I know you said you had notes about the sound.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
The sound is kind of incredible in both of them, like how they use them. I interviewed the composer. Oh, I'm blanking on his name.
You know the first name though, right?
No, I don't. I don't.
Tina remembers first
I
names,
remember
but never
first
last
names.
names.
I can picture him. Okay. I interviewed the composer of Elvis, and I think he told me this was like 4 years ago now, but I think he told me that there are 2 minutes of silence in Elvis, which makes sense because it's like an assault on all of your senses. I feel like it's the first time that Baz Luhrmann's Freak was matched, like 100%.
You might be right. That's a hard freak to match.
It's a hard freak to match, but like even with Moulin Rouge and like Great Gatsby, you're like, this isn't fully working. And then you see Elvis and you're like, yeah.
Boom.
But then when you watch Priscilla, there's so much silence.
Yeah.
And I think it's just such a jarring thing. And maybe it's more jarring if you double feature it. But I think that the sound in Elvis, first of all, incredible mesh of modern music score and Elvis's music and Austin singing, and a crime that they didn't let Kelvin Harrison Jr. as B.B. King sing a note when
Oh
that
my
man
God, yeah.
is a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
But I just think that it really shows that the silence of Priscilla and the isolating and like the being in the quote unquote world of the greatest living legend at the moment, and she's got nothing.
Oh yeah, Graceland feels so empty.
Mhm.
I made a note that I wished I clocked how many scene started with Priscilla in a wide shot, just
Yeah.
walking into a room, like almost like an ultra wide. And she looks again, she's so tiny. She's so small when she's walking in.
She's in a
Yeah.
dollhouse.
She
Yeah.
is, basically.
But like then you look at the Graceland of Elvis, and it's just the life of the party
bustling,
all
yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
and it's so interesting.
Even
to
the
see that.
colors are brighter, like
Yeah.
the way they decorate it and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I've said this about Elvis. I said it when I first watched it, when it first came out. Like, you don't even get a scene until you're like 25 minutes in. All of it is just one big sequence. All of these transitions, these weird digital camera transitions that are they're really trying to make it work, and they do a lot of the time. But like, the sound just bleeds into one scene after another. And Priscilla is vignettes.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make an attempt to connect a lot of its scenes. They just kind of happen at different points and just show you what her life is like. Which, again, like, I think both of them work in the context of what they're trying to accomplish.
Right.
There's even, like, at the beginning of Elvis, there are split screens of Elvis from Colonel Tom Parker's perspective. And when I was seeing these split screens, I was like, this almost feels like Colonel Tom Parker in a control room controlling Elvis. Because
Yeah.
I worked in these technical rooms where you see all your screens and all that stuff. It really worked in a scenario like that.
Yeah.
And they do a split screen during Priscilla and Elvis's wedding. It's over in like 20 seconds. It's like a really big part of Priscilla.
Yeah.
So having not seen any Baz Luhrmann movies, Tristan, how do you like his style?
How do I like it?
Like, is it inspiring you to watch another Baz Luhrmann movie?
No, no. It sort of feels like I feel like Alex DeLarge, like in Clockwork Orange. Like, you have to hold my eyes open while I watch it. Does the style like? I think it is. I think you're right. I think Baz Luhrmann met his match finally with a subject like Elvis Presley. I assume. I haven't, like I said, I haven't watched anything else. But it's hard to imagine another subject living up to the same like level of prestige and just splendor. So even though it is not for me personally, I think it works for the film 100%.
My biggest problem with Baz Luhrmann is that he will not let a shot breathe. And there are a lot of really nice, pretty, incredibly composed shots in
Man,
Elvis.
the shot of Elvis leaning back in the cop car after he did his little wiggle his little finger. That's my favorite scene. But the shot of him and the fireworks over top, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and then he cuts so quick. He cuts away all the time.
I feel like it's all part of like the fleetingness of how Elvis feels. Like he can't grasp anything in his hands. It's all happening too fast around him and he just can't hold on.
Sure, yeah, but when I'm sitting in the theater with my popcorn...
It's about me.
It's all about me.
No, Jeff, it's like you said, we're all particles, man. We're just in the wind.
We are.
Yeah, you still have your claws on me. You still have me working here like a goddamn slave in a salt mine. You phony, no good piece of trash. I'm gonna shoot you in your fat goddamn face.
What's going on? Why did she go back to Sweden where she belongs?
God damn it, I didn't know that things were going to get out of hand. Now, I need a woman who understands that things like this might happen.
Are you gonna be her or not?
I feel like both these movies are, I mean, they're movies about Elvis, obviously, but they're sort of Elvis as filtered through people who are close to him in his life. Maybe because the filmmakers feel like that's the only approachable way to get to Elvis. You need that stair step because he is such a dominating figure. You know, we were talking a little bit about like our relationships to Elvis. My relationship is like, you know, I watched Army of Darkness when I was little, and Ash Campbell is basically Elvis. Or I watched
Johnny Bravo.
I watched Johnny Bravo when I was a kid. Pretty Mama. Yeah, I was. That's my like. That's okay. I know Elvis through these people, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like both these movies also sort of take a similar approach, where it's like Priscilla. You are exploring Priscilla Presley as a character. She's more of a blank slate. She's sort of finding her way in this world.
She's
But
14.
She's 14. Oh, exactly. Yeah. But also
she's mature for her age.
So mature.
that she's the stair step to sort of trying to understand some of the seedier aspects of Elvis Presley's character. And then in Elvis, the narrator's Colonel Tom Parker. And you sort of feel like he's this Luciferian agent.
You'd like to paint me as the villain of this year's
Yeah,
story.
exactly. So I'm curious what you all sort of make of that approach. If you think that, what would it be like if these just tackled the subject matter head on, right? Because like Priscilla can't exist without Elvis. Like
Right.
as soon as she leaves Elvis, the movie ends, you know? And the movie begins when he enters her life. That's what it's about. She leans on his presence the entire time. What about Elvis too? I mean, what does Baz Luhrmann's Elvis look like without Colonel Tom Parker. I'm just curious to hear some of the thoughts around these questions, these queries, these inquiries.
I mean, as the diehard Elvis fan that I've already said that I am,
Right.
I think weirdly enough that Priscilla is a little kinder to Elvis the man than Elvis is. Because you do have these moments where you do see that like they have some sort of connection with each other, and there is some feeling like positive feelings of warmth between the two of them. And I feel like that even though he's this larger than life person, Priscilla allows him the times to feel like his feet are on the ground, which I don't feel like Elvis does. So I think it's an interesting thing because if you want to paint things in black and white, he's sort of the villain, quote unquote, of Priscilla, but there is still a little kindness afforded to him.
Yeah, I think my comment earlier about how like the first 25 minutes of this movie doesn't have a single scene in it. Also, a lot of the Elvis music for the first act and maybe the first hour is like remixed, and it's not like natural Elvis. There's got to be somebody like Doja Cat has to be on it or something like that.
It's a good song though.
Hey, I'm nothing against the quality of the song, but within the context of the story, you don't get like pure Elvis until around the time you start getting these scenes, and they are scenes between Elvis and BB King. And no, they don't let BB King sing a note, but they do let the scenes kind of play out. And you get the sense that, and this is where King is like, hey, Elvis, like this guy doesn't control you. They're not going to arrest you. You're a white boy. You're too valuable. Like they need you. And so Elvis kind of gets some autonomy in these scenes, and they start feeling more like scenes, and the music stops remixing as much. And then you get the scene of him with the fireworks and everything. And that I think I got goosebumps at that scene. Like it was so, you get the sense that Elvis is, I mean, he wasn't like a radical. He wasn't like actually trying to be a figure of civil rights or anything like that. The movie.
What do you mean? This has everything to do with us.
But you do get the sense that like Elvis starts to gain a voice in his movie.
Yeah.
And even under some of Parker's manipulations, when he gets the gig at the hotel, the first gig where he puts on the big show, Elvis is directing it. He's like trombones, do-do-do, do-do-do. Like and again, it's not remixed in these scenarios. It's Elvis, he's directing. You get this really long sequence of the music playing. It's on repeat, but it's his music that you keep hearing. I think you get some of that showmanship and you see where it's coming from in those scenes.
So maybe to sum it up, Elvis is sort of approaching Elvis. I feel like it's approaching him at his best, at his strengths, his passion for music, his control of an audience, that sort of thing. Whereas Priscilla, because you're right, I don't think it is black and white. I think it very much paints him as more sympathetic. He was like a mama's boy, like he was in a lot of ways, he was like a child, he was traumatized by the loss of his mother. It's approaching him at his like vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
That's when you sort of feel like he's more of a human being and not just a figure.
Yeah, I mean, for the movie Elvis, for wanting to be this expansive look of who the man was, it's still just who is the guy on stage, not who is the guy really when the cameras were off or like when he was not on stage anymore.
Yes.
And I think it's a little sad too.
Yeah.
That that a movie named after you is not fully interested in looking at all of you. But that's the problem with biopics. Like I think that Better Man's kind of one of the only ones that, I'm pro monkey movie here.
And Walk Hard, of course.
Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. Yeah. Yeah.
The Full Measure of a Man.
Yeah, I see what you're getting at. I do think if the movie Priscilla did not end with Priscilla leaving Elvis, there's still Priscilla's life afterwards, and she's still alive today. But a lot of it has to do with maintaining Elvis's legacy and his estate, and but she did other stuff too. Like she was in the Naked Gun movies. I would have loved to see who they casted as Leslie Nielsen. If they
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. Yeah, that would have been great. No, Priscilla has a life. It's just like, why do people care about Priscilla's? Because she supposedly had this look inside the mind of one of the most legendary figures in American history. And I've seen people criticize Priscilla by saying by the end of the movie, they don't have really a full idea of who Priscilla was. essentially.
And I think you can argue that I don't think Priscilla does either. I mean, if
Mhm.
she leaves when she's 24-ish, 27-ish,
Yeah.
you're still an idiot. Like, you still don't know. And if most of that time was spent in like this controlling relationship with this person who, again, is massive, tall, then you don't really know who you are. So I think that Priscilla's emotional arc is not figuring out who she is, but figuring out that this is not what is happening is not right, and that the adults in her life should have done something. My goodness, her parents should have done literally anything.
she figures out that it's not her choice, and that
Right.
yeah, and it's the same with Elvis and Elvis, where
Mhm.
he's like, "Oh, I'm being manipulated
Mhm.
by Tom Parker."
Yeah.
They're using these respective characters. They set up Tom Parker as an antagonist in order to more effectively showcase Elvis's strength.
They're just
It is-
deifying him.
They're deifying.
essentially.
It's sort of like a hero's journey
Yeah.
in a way. He's like, oh, he gains his agency. He takes control to a point. I mean, obviously that's not the way his life ended. Although it does end. I do love the way Elvis ends. That's incredibly emotional for me.
Yeah,
Um,
it is a beautiful.
That's when you
sequence.
actually get raw, unfiltered Elvis, in my
Yeah.
opinion. You just see him, and you can see the passion in him while he's playing that piano.
But I think it kind of undermines the film that they switched to real Elvis.
Why do you think that?
Because Austin has spent this whole movie doing an incredibly good job, like being Elvis as this figure. And I think that by taking away Elvis's voice that we've known
Mhm.
and replacing it, you've kind of taken away his agency for it.
Do you
Like, yeah, it's the real guy, but
Yes.
our version of the real guy that we've been watching, you've taken him away.
It does ask that question again, like who is the real Elvis?
Mhm.
It almost seems like an admission on Baz's part, if I can call him that. on a first
No,
name
you got to
basis.
watch 2 movies before you get Mr.
Is it just
Luhrmann.
Baz? Is that short for something
No,
like
it's just
Bazra
Baz.
or something?
Mm.
Or?
I think it's just bad.
Baz Thaniel.
I can't do better than that. That's pretty good. Maybe it's an admission on his part that you can't approach that real Elvis. It's like here you just have to see him at the end. You just have to see him.
Or because he is releasing, I don't know if it's out now, that Epic.
Oh, that
Yeah.
documentary.
Like
Right.
next month.
So I think it's like that. I feel like might have been in the back of his mind this whole time of like, I want to leave this movie with the Presley family on my side so that, I mean, it's clear that he really appreciates Elvis and like loved Elvis.
Oh yeah.
So I'm curious if a lot of the decision making in that movie was inspired by like where he hoped for things to go.
Oh okay.
I'm also very curious if Priscilla had a different name as a title of a movie. And if she changed it once Elvis came out and it was called Elvis. So then she wanted to have, by naming it Priscilla, even though like you put them in direct conversation with each other because now you've created a movie called Elvis and a movie called Priscilla. And I think that that's like a very distinct choice to make. And I don't feel like Sofia Coppola would have named it Priscilla if Elvis wasn't named Elvis.
Yeah, I think the fact that the movies are so close together like defies the idea that she made it because of Elvis. Because that in my head, I was always like, it feels like such a direct response to it. But the naming conventions, yeah. I mean, especially because the book was called Elvis and Me.
Right.
Like, could have been the working title and then changed to Priscilla in the
Yeah.
shadow of like, because Elvis got so many nominations. Austin Butler was like, everybody thought he was going to win the Oscar for it.
I was kind of rooting for him.
I think he does a great, fantastic job. Straight question. What do you guys think of Jacob Elordi's Elvis?
I liked him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think... but,
Silence over on the other end of the table.
Oh, he's tall. I mean,
So tall. You know, he really nailed
he's
that.
really tall. It's funny. It's funny that you asked that, Jeff. I was on Reddit.
where else?
Yeah. And there was a, I think it was on r/letterbox. Somebody posted
That's a dark place. I don't
Oh,
like
it's,
that place.
it's awful. It's actually awful. I don't know why I'm subscribed. I comment like once a month. But there's someone posed a question. They said, "Is Jacob Elordi a character actor trapped in a leading man's body?
I saw that.
Is this the Oscar formula?"
What?
A character actor trapped in a leading man's body.
Is Jacob Elordi just playing the same character in a lot of his stuff?
I don't think so.
Like a character actor is somebody who is able to take on like
I know a character actor you don't associate with the actual actor, like a
Right.
Chris Cooper type.
Right. So and Jacob Elordi, he was in Euphoria. He was in
Saltburn.
Saltburn.
There
He was
you
in
go.
Priscilla.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Right.
Which we will be talking about here in the next
He's going to
few
be in Wuthering Heights,
Mhm.
which is coming out the day that this episode is releasing.
Yes.
So yeah.
So like and comment below.
Get your tickets now,
Quote,
Pretty Mama.
unquote, Wuthering Heights.
So he does transform into all these roles, and he does have the face of a leading man.
The height.
The height. Well, hold on,
Get
let me
over
check
that.
on Wiki height real quick. I read this question and I was sort of baffled by it because I was like, he's just an actor. Like he's just doing different roles. That's what an actor does.
Yeah.
It's funny when I think of character actors, and maybe you all have a certain person you think of. I think of David Dastmalchian,
Okay.
who was like Calendar Man? No, Polka Dot Man
Oh yeah.
in
yeah.
Suicide Squad. And he's just in all these random movies. He's a character actor.
Yeah.
Does not have the face, we'll say charitably, of a leading man.
Sure.
Although they did give him what was that one?
Late Night with the Devil.
Late Night with the Devil, which I did not like personally.
I liked it.
Oh my god.
Well, you two agree on something.
We got to talk about it. We got to talk about that, Tina. I have a very strong opinion about that movie.
Okay.
But anyways, that's what I think of when I think of a character actor.
Yeah.
But then I was like thinking of like other leading men. Daniel Day-Lewis. That's a leading man, right?
Yeah.
But he's also can transform into all these different roles. Is he like
Yeah.
a character actor who is in the body of a leading man? And
I think
is that a formula?
I think people are just like, I would say that Jacob Elordi is a leading man, but is interested in doing a variety of things. He's not the leading man. Like even Daniel Day-Lewis, I would say, kind of played a lot of the same roles
Okay.
throughout. I love Daniel Day-Lewis. I think he's fantastic, but I think that the line between There Will Be Blood and Lincoln is not that far.
What about Last of the Mohicans?
I haven't seen Last of the Mohicans.
No, it's not that far either.
Okay. But I feel like with Jacob Elordi, and you could look at somebody like Robert Pattinson, who they are just they're very interested in film, I would say. They're not kind
Yeah.
of guided by
Yeah.
the leading man archetype. They
Yeah.
will take whatever interests them.
Yeah.
That's I don't feel like he's a character actor. I wouldn't call him that, but I think that's just like, they're not afraid to be weird.
I think I agree with you. Like I said, that phrasing on that,
Mhm.
I was like, it doesn't sit right with me. I had to ask it though. I was very curious
Yeah.
to hear.
Yeah,
you
what
all
do you
thought.
think? Like and comment below.
Upvote that thread on Reddit.
I have to go.
Please stay.
I have to go. Okay, if I stay, I'll never leave. You have to let me go. You have to let me go. I have to go. If I stay, I'll never leave.
I'm going to pivot to my last little topic here, phrased in the form of a question, because that's
Okay.
just how we do it
like
on this
Jeopardy.
podcast. And we talked about this a little bit, about Priscilla as a character and understanding her or not understanding her by the end of her movie. So if Elvis kind of captures the euphoria and the showmanship and the drug-fueled kind of confusion of Elvis's life, what does Priscilla capture? What is the essence of Priscilla? Or at least what is the movie saying that it is?
Ooh, that's such a good question, Jeff. So considered. It's interesting because I was thinking, I mean, obviously you watch these movies, you think a lot about celebrity, just like the concept of celebrity and the way that it has continued to evolve as mass media. I mean, has become a thing and has evolved itself. And in a lot of ways, it feels to me like he's not the first celebrity, but he's like the first like really big celebrity was Elvis Presley. So if that's the case, Priscilla is like the first like fan. I don't want to say like fangirl specifically, but just fan in general.
The first lady of celebrity.
First lady of
Honestly,
celebrity. There
we
perfect.
go. That's
Perfect.
great.
Yes, she's the first lady of celebrity. I like that. That's what it communicates, Jeff. That's my
Firstly, what does that mean?
Yeah. Tina? What does that mean?
I wasn't going to go down that road, so you're still on your own in that world.
But you know what I'm saying. Right?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. but I was going to go down the route of like, I think even if Elvis hadn't come out, I think Sofia Coppola is still making this movie. This
Yeah.
is textbook Sofia Coppola, female adolescence, coming of age movie of feeling lost, feeling pushed into a certain direction by someone who's older, someone who pretends to have, or who says that they have your best interests at heart, and then to have people around you not necessarily tell you what to look out for and what to be aware of. I mean, you can see the similarities between Priscilla and Virgin Suicides and Priscilla and The Bling Ring. Like that, these are not far from each other.
Yeah.
So I think that no matter what, this is Sofia Coppola's bread and butter of a young lady trying to figure out her life in a world of immense pressure of being a young woman in any given time period society.
Yeah, it definitely is intriguing to wonder who Priscilla was in that proximity to Elvis Presley. Like if you're a planet orbiting the sun that close, are you going to get burned? Like how bad are you going to get burned? Like it's that kind of question. What you are also a window into the inner life of this person. Most of Priscilla, most of their interactions between her and Elvis are like them in bed, just playing around, having a pillow fight that gets aggressive, but they're doing drugs together, burning books.
Maybe there's something a little like voyeuristic about that perspective, like getting to see the inner life of Elvis.
Like from Priscilla's point of view, or for us, the viewer?
Well, I mean, Priscilla is like the surrogate into Elvis's life.
Oh yeah,
and again, that's that fan thing.
Yeah, it's that feeling of like all.
I could have saved him.
I can fix him.
I can fix him.
I can fix him, no problem.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have happened if I was there.
He's so tall.
He's so tall. But I feel like you're right. I think it is like the sort of. It seems like it should be the realization of so many young girls who go to the boy band concerts who are like, he's going to see me. He's going to see me in the stands and I'm going to be the one. And I think that it's so easy to be 14 and get caught up in that. And I think that that's kind of what she is commenting on, because he doesn't even have to be a celebrity. Could be anybody. There's something, even if, regardless of gender, regardless of sexuality, when an older person looks at you when you're like 13, 14, and they're like, you're cool.
Yeah.
That is so powerful.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So I think that's what Priscilla is that sort of the worst case scenario.
Right.
Highest level of an older person tells a 14-year-old that they've got something special about them.
Yeah. It's all those times you're told, you'll get it when you're older. You'll understand when you're older. And then it's like, this is my chance.
Yeah.
I'm older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The window into grooming. It's fair to call it grooming, I would say.
He's well groomed.
What do we haven't talked a lot about Kaylee Spaney's actual performance. I think it's she captures one of my favorite scenes in this movie is the scene after her first kiss with Elvis, where she's just walking in school to Crimson and Clover, and she's just holding her books, and she's like, there's a little smile creeping on her face. But you could also tell, like, she really doesn't want to be back in school after just being with Elvis Presley. Like,
Crimson and Clover is such a Sofia Coppola choice, honestly. It really is just textbook Sofia Coppola. But I think Kaylee Spaney's great. I think that she has shown immense range, not just like to watch Priscilla and then to also watch Alien Romulus.
Oh, yeah.
Bonkers.
Oh, yeah.
It's bonkers.
Is she a character actor trapped in a leading woman's body? There were a couple line deliveries in Priscilla that I thought were a little wonky, personally. Like when she says, I can't stand it. It's driving me crazy. I don't want to hear it anymore. You remember that scene?
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, it could have happened at any
It's
point.
tearing me apart, Lisa.
Not the best line delivery, but still, I think a lot of the nuances of her performance are they're all, in her face and in her looks, in her smallness.
I think it takes talent, because I do think she's kind of playing a blank slate, but I think it takes talent to do that, to make your mind a sunless space, and just like you're like a mirror, like you're a mirror. And I think like it goes back to that celebrity fan thing that I'm obsessed with, apparently. Like you kind of feel like you are her in a way, and then the course of the movie, you're like, wait, this is a bad thing.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be her. And when she gets away, you're good for her.
Yeah. Great for her.
Good for her.
Play Dolly Parton.
I'm
Take us out.
I'm full of cliches tonight.
Before we get to the end of our show, let's ask each of us one more question to each other in the form of whatever you want to know. And I can kick us off for this residual Q&A here. I'm just going to say it. What's your favorite Elvis song?
Jailhouse Rock.
We're in the jailhouse now.
My favorite Elvis song is
or your favorite use of an Elvis song in Or you know what? What's your favorite needle drop between these two movies?
I'm not really a music person. I'll be honest. I'm not a music person.
What?
You can't dodge this question.
I play clarinet. Does that count? Is that a weird thing to say that I'm not like a music person?
Yeah.
I didn't grow up like around music. Like my family were like weird.
Okay.
So we didn't grow up around music. Like no one sang like around each other because it was like embarrassing to do that.
Well, I mean, like, I didn't sing around my family, but I like music.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
So great.
I guess it's just a me problem.
So you're just gonna abstain.
So my favorite Elvis song. Can you? Oh, what's that one that he sings about Blue Christmas?
That you got it.
What's the one he sings about? Is Santa Claus coming?
No. You know, my sister walked down the aisle to
Can't Help Falling in Love.
Can't Help Falling in Love. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a classic.
That is a classic. Isn't that? Don't say anything. Tina's gonna laugh.
Like that song.
Tina's laughing.
It's a good song.
She's gonna make fun of my sister.
No, I don't know your sister. She seems nice. My first girlfriend introduced me to Kentucky Rain.
Oh, I do love Kentucky Rain. actually.
Rain is a bit of a banger, I have to say.
Can you give us like a sample?
I don't sing in front of people, and that's why I don't like music.
We'll turn away. We'll close our eyes.
It's just about him being sad, walking through cold Kentucky rain because he lost track of his girl.
Oh, jeez.
He belts it, man.
And he goes for it.
I do like the way he sings "Glory, Glory, Hallelujah" at the end.
Yeah,
that's amazing. I'm like, wow, take me to church.
I believe the only Grammys Elvis ever won were for his gospel music.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Interesting.
He's got a heaven of a voice. Jeff, go for it.
Tried. I will say, I think one of my favorites for a long time was "Devil in Disguise."
The devil in disguise. See, I do know some Elvis.
Something took over there.
Yeah, the devil took over.
Priscilla's going to sue you for copyright infringement.
But I think my favorite needle drop of an Elvis song between these two movies, which just means Elvis because there's not a single Elvis song in Priscilla, which I think works very well in its favor, is when he sings "While I Can Dream." I got goosebumps.
What part is that?
That's the television special when he wants to make a statement.
Oh, yeah. That is beautiful.
How does that one go, Jeff? Sorry.
I'm not a monkey, man. This isn't a monkey movie, all right?
It's not better, man, you know?
Yeah. Okay, either you two have a question for this Q&A?
Okay, I'll go. I'm worried about your ability to answer it. Sorry.
As not a music
Most
person.
people are when they ask me a question.
If you could have Sofia remake one of Baz's movies and have Baz remake one of Sofia's movies, what would you do?
Oh my God, that's really good.
Yeah, I was literally thinking like, what if Baz Luhrmann made Priscilla? And I was thinking like, what if he made the opposites? But I'll try to think of another one.
The bling ring? Crazy.
Oh my God.
Imagine Baz Luhrmann making Lost in Translation.
Insane.
You know, I want to see Sofia Coppola make Romeo and Juliet.
I feel like she could, no problem.
Yeah.
That feels like the safe answer.
I feel like she should. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going. Honestly, I have not seen a lot of Sofia Coppola movies. No. Lost in Translation, love it. Classic.
That's my least favorite.
Oh, no. I saw On the Rocks. Not a fan.
I didn't see On the Rocks, so let me say that could be down there too, because I have heard it's
very
not great.
Subdued. It's just not. Yeah, it's just. But which is the point? Which means
I'm
like
a Bill Murray girl.
That's fair. Bill Murray's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Revered Brian Doyle Murray.
I do love Brian Doyle.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy who voices
Captain
Knuckles.
Oh my God. You would recognize his voice. He's got a very iconic
Who's
voice.
Captain Knuckles?
He's the guy. He's Clark Griswold's dad in Christmas Vacation. Or no, not dad.
His
boss. His boss. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Dude, you just drop it. It's not gonna happen.
Who else is he, Jeff?
He's in Ghostbusters. He's like the mayor.
Yeah, he's the mayor of Ghostbusters.
I've blocked out Ghostbusters.
He's the mayor of Ghostbuster Town.
It's not for me.
That's another Bill Murray.
Exactly.
That's another Bill Murray movie.
Yeah, they're brothers. Imagine that. So if Baz Luhrmann directed a Sofia Coppola movie,
yeah,
I want to see him direct Marie Antoinette. That's what I want to see.
I think he could do that quite well.
I have not seen Sofia Coppola's Marie Antoinette.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine Baz Luhrmann directing Marie Antoinette saying, "Let them eat cake"? He would just be like, zoom in like super fast on her face, "Let them eat cake," and then everything would
dubstep.
explode. Yeah.
Doja
Cut to her getting her head cut off. Like, it's perfect. That'd be awesome.
I would love that.
Oh my god, yeah, guillotines flying everywhere.
Yeah.
Multiple angles of the guillotine
Yeah.
just coming in left and right.
That's awesome.
Why don't you help Tristan out by answering your own question first?
Sure. Let me see. I think she could do a really interesting Great Gatsby. I think that would be fun. I think she would give Daisy the sort of respect that Daisy doesn't get a lot in Great Gatsby adaptations.
Yeah.
And then I think he's got to do Bling Ring. I don't trust that man to touch Virgin Suicides or Somewhere
Oh no.
or Priscilla, but I think he could get a little freaky with Bling Ring.
It would be interesting to see them direct swap Elvis and Priscilla because they would each just make the same movie basically.
But like Baz Luhrmann trying to direct Emma Watson saying, "I want to rob." You know that part?
No, not in my
No?
repertoire. Sorry.
You don't even know it as like the meme?
I'm on different sides of the internet.
Was that Hermione?
I'm on Wiki Heights.
On Wiki Heights. Dude, meet me on Wiki Heights.
Screw Wuthering Heights.
Meet me on Wiki Heights.
All right, do you have an answer or you want to
Abstain?
Probably like Great Gatsby and what was the other one you said? Bling Ring?
All right, good answer. That's great.
Great answer, great answer.
Fantastic.
Come on, let's go to Paris's. I want to rob.
I don't know if I have another question. It's kind of heavy. Like it's about like his relationship to like black music.
I mean, I think it is telling that in Elvis you've cast somebody who can actually sing as B.B. King.
Yeah.
A phenomenal singer. I guess nobody saw the high note with Dakota Johnson in this room.
No.
But I think it says everything you need to know about like Elvis and the relationship to black music is that you have him, Calvin Harrison Jr. playing B.B. King, and then you don't let him sing.
Is there like a white savior narrative going on in Elvis maybe? Because he's like repping for black culture.
I think so. I would say it's probably more appropriation than savior.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess they're kind of shades of the same thing though, right?
No, because I think savior kind of implies that like he sees something wrong and wants to fix it. Whereas I think he genuinely has a deep appreciation for that music and like that culture. But I think that he doesn't show it. Like he doesn't recognize it or reference it when he, blows up.
He's sort of riding the wave of like civil rights. Like at the time, I
Probably.
feel like.
He is.
Where like, they have like the riots and everything and like people being assassinated and Colonel Tom Parker's like, my boy, this has nothing to do with us. And he's like, this has everything to do with us. And like,
That's
it kind
great.
of, yeah, sorry. Me and Jeff, like we would quote that to each other.
Because it was in the trailer.
For
right?
months.
It's beautiful.
For
This
like,
has everything to do with us.
Anytime anything would happen, it didn't have to make sense. Like we would just be like, this has everything to do with us. Just the delivery.
It has everything to do with us.
Elvis got his start recording black music for radio because there was I forget who the studio was who
Sam
wanted
Phillips.
Yeah, he wanted people to listen to, they called it Negro music, I think, and they wouldn't listen if they were actual black artists covering it. So he got Elvis to do it, which is where he got his start. And then he wore those influences throughout his career. The movie makes him seem a lot more like he wants to be an active agent.
Right.
Right, because he literally says, this has everything to do with us. So...
Because of the line,
You should take a shot every time somebody said that. Like, you guys have said it.
I'm working on a hard ticket drinking game. Every time the mirror comes up, every time I say dichotomy, I don't think I said it until just now.
This is an intertextuality podcast.
Hey,
there we go.
It's intertext.
It is intertext. That's true. These movies are having a conversation.
They have everything to do with one another. I'm sorry. I'm caught in a loop. I'm caught in a trap.
loop. So the reason I brought it up, well, I mean, there's tons of reasons to bring it up because Elvis, the movie is skirting around the issue the entire time. But there's also the thing. Did you guys watch the Grammys at all? Did you watch the ceremony?
You, a music hater, watched the Grammys?
No, I didn't watch the Grammys.
I osmosed it.
I saw a headline about Billie Eilish talking about stolen land and everything, and that generated this whole discourse, that goes on. She was like, have you guys heard the story? She was basically
the tribe responded to her.
Yeah. She was like, nobody's illegal in the US because it's stolen land, that sort of thing. And the tribe responded and was wished to be acknowledged more directly, who they were and everything. And then there was this whole discourse around appropriation and at what point do we need to be giving acknowledging that we're appropriating and everything. And Elvis got mentioned like in the conversation that I was like privy to, and his relationship to black music. And he was able to commodify black music in a way that not only black artists couldn't do, they couldn't do because it was like systemically barred from doing. They couldn't. They couldn't commodify it like that. It's just interesting. I don't know. I think the relationship that is interesting to me is this appropriation and how that ties into commodification.
Oh yeah.
Because as soon as you introduce like the financial aspect into it, that's when the principles of like we should acknowledge all of this. Because like people were like, oh, Billie Eilish, give up your mansion in LA if you feel so strongly about stolen land and all this stuff. And as soon as the money aspect of it comes in, that's when you can kind of point to somebody and be like, well, you're a hypocrite. You don't stand by your principles. It's like, well, oh, you live in society, yet you critique it. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of interesting. And I don't know how Elvis exactly plays into all of that. I mean, because he benefited enormously, obviously, from black culture in a way that no black musician had at the time and wouldn't for many, many years.
Yeah.
And maybe never has since.
Nobody has ever been as big as Elvis.
Yeah.
Right.
No, like one single person, like one single artist. Yeah, probably.
I mean, Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson married his daughter.
Michael Jackson married his own daughter?
No, he married Elvis's daughter. He married Lisa Marie Presley.
Jeez, dude.
No, I think American history and American capitalism has a long list of times that underground black culture has been commodified by a white person and then become something that was respected on the main stage.
Right.
So I think that Elvis is just another piece in that unfortunate legacy of think about how many black musicians there were at that time, or like throughout all of time, that were just not given the same opportunities because of him. And they try to like kind of hint at it, but I don't think that they did a good job of it.
Yeah.
But I also was not walking into Elvis expecting them to do that. Like, I don't think that was on Baz Luhrmann's Top of the Dome.
You don't think it was on his like dome?
No.
But he wove it through the whole civil rights thing. Like it was just like,
because I think they wanted to like use they wanted to use that as like a kind of like, look, he cared, and I think he did care. Like I think Elvis did care, but I think that they were just conflating it and trying to like make what the reality of that situation look better to Elvis.
Maybe it kind of goes back to what you're saying about Priscilla in the movie, like already having the black hair and acting more mature and all that stuff. It's just a way of sort of smoothing over the cracks.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Elvis in real life was not as politically radical. I mean, he was a country music artist originally. He was a lot more conservative leaning. The Elvis we see in Priscilla, who's like bought her a gun for every outfit that she owns, is like, that makes more sense to me, actually, the way that this guy's legacy is. So
I think I would hope that one day that there is like a genuine Elvis movie that looks at the way that he either knowingly or unknowingly took the black music and the black style of dancing and the black stage persona and used it to his own advantage. Like, because I think there had to have been some part of his mind that's like, this is working to an extent because I am a white man, because I am a conventionally attractive white guy who is able to move in these spaces that in a way that the people that I love and whose music I listen to are just simply unable to do so. So I would love like a genuine Elvis biopic. And I think we don't have it yet.
I think you're right. Yeah. It doesn't feel like we know Elvis exactly. We don't know him.
I'd love to see like a Muppet Elvis movie.
I would love to see any movie made by the Muppets. Just put him in everything.
Who do you have play Elvis in the Muppet? Gonzo.
It's gotta be Kermit.
Oh, right.
No, it's the thing. It's like the Michael Caine thing where you still have Elvis, but everybody around him.
Michael Caine is Elvis. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You seen the artwork of that famous shot in Blade Runner 2049 where it's like Ryan Gosling looking up at Ana de Armas?
Yeah.
But it's Kermit looking up at Miss Piggy.
I have seen that. Yeah. It's a classic, man.
It's beautiful.
We need a Muppet.
I have it framed on my wall. Genuinely.
Oh my God.
I love Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, man. We need more Muppets in movies.
Mm-hmm.
Make it happen.
Wuthering Heights, but Muppets.
Muppeting Heights.
Well, we reached in the keep that in. We've reached the end of Hard Ticket. Tina, thank you so much for guesting on Hard Ticket.
Having me, guys.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
It's been a genuine pleasure. I don't just say that, I wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't a pleasure.
It's becoming less and less sincere.
That's my
whole
bit.
thing. It was pleasurable.
That's my bit.
It's great.
Yeah. I just belabor the point until it's like just sarcasm. I think I want to start with Jeff.
Okay.
For the Hard Ticket decision.
He always does this. He always starts with me.
That's not technically true.
Like 95% of the time, you start with me.
That's technically true.
Crunch the numbers, you'll find it.
Yeah.
What is my Hard Ticket going to be?
Yeah, Jeff.
I don't know.
I'm stuck. I've been dreading this question all day.
Not me. I know where it's going.
Okay, then you go.
Oh no, I go last. It's tradition. Yeah, it's tradition.
Okay, I got
Someone
it
could sway me. You never know.
I legitimately. Okay, so before I watched the movies for this podcast, I didn't know. I think both of these movies, they're so radically different. They accomplish what they want to in equally successful ways. I don't love either of them. I think both of them are good. Elvis is audacious, and Priscilla is not. Priscilla, when I watched it, I think I was kind of let down by the muted style of it. It reminded me a lot of On the Rocks, not in a good way. Rewatching it though, especially after watching Elvis directly in this double feature context, what Baz Luhrmann is doing, he's like just taking this picture of Elvis and he's posting it on a billboard as big as possible in big, bold letters, like Elvis did in his lifetime. And what Sofia Coppola is doing is she's just panning the camera slightly over to his wife and zooming in on her. That's about all that she's doing. And also looking at what Luhrmann's doing and saying, like, we don't have to do it this way. Like, even though you've tried to sidestep the typical biopic formula, you still stumbled backwards into a bunch of your own cliches. And to me, I think that's more important. What Sofia Coppola is saying is means a little bit more to me than what Baz Luhrmann is saying, which is why I'm going to give Priscilla my Hard Ticket.
Baz Luhrmann saying it louder.
He is saying it so loud.
So loudly. I looked at my Letterboxd ratings. I rated them both 4 and a heart. So yikes.
Man.
This is I was like, oh no.
What can you do in a scenario like
We
this?
have a classic Hard Ticket yikes scenario.
Huge yikes. I was really struck this time by Elvis, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And I think that I might be netting out on Elvis, which is surprising to even me.
Okay.
As someone who doesn't really love what Baz Luhrmann's up to most of the time. But I think just thinking about it from a production point of view and thinking about it of all of the things that had to go right in all of these little tiny moments.
Yeah.
To be able to put together this like 5,000 piece puzzle, and the way that the songs flow into one another and like these little snippets work so well in conversation, and the editing, just something about it I was just like in a trance for. And I think I think it's a very difficult Hard Ticket to pick, because you got to be in two different moods for these movies. Like, I think it's an easy Hard Ticket in the sense that, like, if you show up, you got to see if you're in a mood where you just want to be attacked visually, or if you want to be more
left alone.
Right, left alone. And I think in that regard, if you were pressed with this hypothetical situation, it's very easy. But in this situation that I've been placed in, it's very difficult for me. And I loved watching the two of them back to back. I think it was such a cool experience that I would never have had without this opportunity. So thank you so much, guys.
You're welcome.
I think that I have to pick Elvis.
Yeah, I can't fault you for it, because it is like a well-oiled machine.
It is.
Right?
And like I said, it's just Baz Luhrmann getting his freak on.
And, I couldn't say it better than that. But I do think, I brought up something that happened in Priscilla earlier, and nobody could pinpoint exactly when it happens. Whereas I think Elvis weaves a very intentional roadmap.
Yeah.
But those vignettes in Priscilla, I don't know. I mean,
some of them are like very striking, but then having seen most of Sofia Coppola's stuff, I'm kind of like, I feel like the Virgin Suicides tackles the similar things and the similar feelings of lostness and being confused and feeling the pressures of what it means to be a woman and like what it means to have this sort of attention placed upon you. I think that it does it a lot better. So I think that is probably playing into it a little bit, that the script of Virgin Suicides and even Marie Antoinette just feels a little tighter and a little more rich. Even the Bling Ring too, I feel like it does a little bit. But I still really love Priscilla. I still think it's a great movie, but I guess I'm going Elvis.
Yeah, and you are going Priscilla, aren't you?
If the two guys pick Priscilla and the lady picks Elvis, that's crazy.
He's doing it. I know he's doing it.
These movies are like
just say it.
Just say it.
No, these movies are like if someone were to program a Pong game and it was just two like computer players doing it and just the ping pong going back. It's like, who do you root for? The right one or the left one? You know, because they're the same.
The right one and the left.
I don't.
one.
This is losing me.
No, it's like this. These two movies are like a game of Pong. Is what I'm saying. They're in conversation with one another, right? Like,
yeah. So which one are you rooting for, right
really,
or left?
Yeah, it's really just like which way the wind blows. It's Priscilla. No, it's Priscilla.
This is crazy.
I was reading like reviews and like someone was like, Sofia Coppola examines surfaces. Like she's a surface level director is what they were. But they were like, and that's a good thing. Like for this movie, for Priscilla, it's all about like the outer surface of this. Like I was saying, like a doll, like in a house, basically, and the mirror that she is to the audience. Whereas I read another review for Elvis that was like
Baz Luhrmann.
it was.
And I thought,
all about how Elvis is like it's a celebration of sentiment. It's all about like the sentiment of Elvis, the image of Elvis, like you were saying earlier. And in a way, those are both two like sort of superficial things. I mean, they have depth, you know, but they are on their surface just empty, which is interesting to me. I agree with you, Tina. I think it is sort of like what mood you're feeling at the time. I do have more appreciation for Elvis. I will say the style doesn't resonate with me personally. Just not something I would find myself attracted to on a daily basis. Whereas
on a daily basis, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, maybe like once a week. But Priscilla, I think most times I'm more interested in that sort of character study that is more downbeat. So yeah, Priscilla gets it, but it was closer than I thought it was going to be.
It's very close. I could like if we did this tomorrow, I could have probably changed to Priscilla.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. I think in a lot of ways, I actually think Elvis might be a better movie, but I am more concerned with kind of like the subject of Priscilla and Coppola's approach to it. So
I mean, Elvis is like a movie with a capital M and and I feel like maybe that's why I'm kind of leaning toward it, because I haven't in movies that I've been watching recently, I haven't seen like a spectacle of that scale in that way in like a long time. I feel like even I won't shut up about the Testament of Anne Lee, so I got to bring it up here as well. That one, it has a bit of spectacle to it. It has like this sort of rich musical experience, but it's still not as bombastic.
Who said that? Did I say that?
As Elvis was. And I think that it's sometimes, as a movie lover, it's just so fun to get swept up in all of that.
Yeah, it's immersive. It has a transportation element to it that's amazing.
We come to this place for magic.
We really do. She's so right.
Well, that's going to do it for us on this episode of Hard Ticket. Tina, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you guys. This was so fun.
Yeah, we'll have to have you back.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, where can people keep up with what you're doing?
For sure. BeyondTheCineramadome.com. That's kind of like the main hub for everything. I should know my Letterboxd username. I think it's Tina_DOCX. Like you're saving a Word document.
Oh, nice.
I think. I don't know. And then my Instagram is TinaKakadelis.jpg.
Awesome. Yeah, guys, definitely check it out. Listen to the podcasts. They're great.
They're fun.
They're nice, cozy entertainment, and I really
just little laughs.
Thank you, Jared Tadlock, for designing our brand elements, keeping our podcast looking fresh. Thank you, Aaron Griffin, for mixing and mastering our theme song, sung by yours truly in a truly awful falsetto. You can follow me on Letterboxd at Jeff Blogus, all lowercase. all one word. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at HardTicketPod, all lowercase, all one word. Tristan?
Follow me on Instagram at Tristan__less. Tina just thinks I'm so funny. She just laughs at everything I'm saying. You can follow me on Letterboxd, Tristan Moore. That's 2 O's. And you can email the podcast, hardticketpodcast@gmail.com. We have an exciting sweepstakes coming up for the Oscar ballots. We want to hear it. Tina, you had a hot take. Sorry, I pointed at you like that. That was a little aggressive. That was my Baz Luhrmann coming out. We have an exciting sweepstakes Oscar ballots coming in. Tina had a really great. Sorry, I did it again. Had a really great prediction for Best Supporting Actress, and I'm really excited to see everybody's predictions. If you win, you get to decide on a show and guest and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, definitely get your ballot in there, because anybody can do whatever they want with our show if they so choose.
Yeah, you can cut
I'm
it
going
all.
to pick 2 Baz Luhrmann movies and come back.
Oh my God.
My worst nightmare.
The Great Moulin Rouge Gatsby.
I'll be stimming the whole time.
Yeah, it's going to be great. As always, thank you all for listening. Next week, we are going to be having another podcast crossover, and we're going to be talking about 2 disaster movies from the 70s, The Towering Inferno and The Poseidon Adventure. So you don't want to miss that. It's going to be a lot of fun, but until then, we will see you all at the movies.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's a hard ticket at the movies. Which one will you watch? Let's decide. It's a hard